Leave. 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 Come.
Rudy's here. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Beautiful.
Good. So this is Rudy. Rudy is our 12-year-old male bay-winged hawk. Bay-winged hawks are found in the found in the deserts of Arizona, New Mexico, all the way through the Mexican deserts into Mexico City, where they're known as wolves of the sky. This is the only raptor in the world that lives together, hunts together, socializes together, and creates a pack like wolves on the ground. These are literally wolves with wings. The largest pack that's ever seen is 19 and 22 together. The average pack is 4 up to 10. So, what's a guy like this doing in a place like here? He was born an hour and 10 minutes away from here. There's more of these born now in places like Scotland and Ireland and the UK than in all of North America. They're used extensively in the raptor centers there. They're used around the world at airports, Wimbledon, Trafalgar Square, not to capture and kill birds, but to keep birds out of those areas. Just their presence as a raptor, predatory animal, does a great job. There's 4 of these that live at YBR 365 days a year, along with falcons, to make sure that aircraft are landing and taking off safely each and every day. This guy was born and raised in captivity locally here. He was removed from his parents when he was 3 months of age. He spent 2 months of training, and he was flying over top of blueberry fields. So why was he over top of blueberry fields? Because without using these birds, farmers lose 30 to 40% of their crop due to bird damage each and every year. So you're there now until the end of September. So flying these birds, you'll lose 3%. So he went from flying over top of blueberry fields to vineyards to airports to wastewater treatment facilities to all these kind of different working environments. Yet 12 years of age, never caught and killed a bird in his life, doesn't have to. So, up next is Morticia. She's with Andy. Morticia is American kestrel. Kestrels are actually found on 6 out of 7 continents throughout the world. Of the ones around the world, the ones we have in the Americas are not the biggest. We don't want to call her tiny. She's a little bit aggressive towards that word. Somebody called her super tiny twice. 8 years ago, they're still in the hospital. So what has she done? Well, she was born and raised in captivity. We got her when she was 50 days of age, and her first winter with us, fall, she was actually flying inside of dairy barns, pushing all the starlings out of dairy barns so they could close up their doors without 300 to 400 starlings sitting in the rafters pooping on their cows and into the food system. You want the doors closed so the cattle don't get pneumonia. So she's done that. Basically, she's 8 years of age. She started at, 8 months of age? She started doing that work. And she'll probably continue doing that work for another 6 or 7 years yet. Life in nature, 6 to 9 for one of these. Longest ever recorded in nature was 13. The longest recorded in captivity passed away last year, 3 weeks shy of his 38th birthday. Lots live into their mid-20s to mid-30s. The kestrels, in this area, away from forest, they live in grasslands, farm fields, probably 3 to 4 years. You're not as big as the rest of the world. Everybody else wants to have a go at you out there. And farther south you go into warmer climates, that jumps up to 4 to 6, not exponential in great numbers, but they are the most populous falcons that we have in the Americas here. Living with us, probably still be alive at 14 up to 17. She is looked after and maintained. And next, let's meet Esther with Lucy. Are you still talking?
Wow.
Do you guys know how bad you just made the other 2 birds feel?
That's what I feel bad for the other
So this is Esther with Lucy. Lucy is our 17-year-old female great horned owl. Great horned owls are found living from the tree line of Alaska all the way south to Patagonia. They wear the largest feet of all the owls in the Americas, 4th largest feet of all the owls in the world. When you wear those large feet, you can live wherever you want to live. There's a lot of myths, there's a lot of legends surrounding owls. Every bird in the world has eyes on the side of their head except for owls. Their eyes face forward. So with eyes on the side of your head, all birds can turn their heads 180 degrees. Owls do not do a 360. If they do, we have glue in the back just in case. They only do 3/4 of a circle, 270 degrees. They do not sleep all day long and wake up at night. These two birds could see Andy or I a mile away from here and know it's us. They can also spot a bird basically their same size, 3/4 of that distance. But so can every owl on planet Earth during the middle of the day and bright skies. The only difference is these birds break down the colors we see 8 times better in our eyes, but they also see ultraviolet. Owls see in black and white. There's no need to see ultraviolet. Now, if you don't think that having color is a bonus, ask yourself this. What x-rays have ever been taken in color? None. They're all in black and white because the detail is very pronounced. So it's not really a hindrance to them. So when it gets dark, we actually outsee most birds in the world. These two birds here would barely see past the tree line tonight. Lucy's still going to be looking to the other side of the canyon. So she has great optics during the day. She sees everything a hawk, falcon, eagle see in the day. She just sees it in black and white. But when it gets dark out, her visibility is about 80% better than us. Then her second superpower, asymmetrical hearing. Lucy could hear a mouse under this much snow tell you which fingertip it's at from the other side of the football field. She's going to know the direction that the mouse is traveling. That's one ear opening higher than the other. She twists her head. She can literally pick off an eagle's wing beat 400 meters coming up the canyon or from behind the bridge from here. She's seen it, she heard it, she has a lifelong memory of that. And their last gift of nature is, all the birds make noise when they fly except for an owl. You make a bit of a whooshing noise in your first 2 or 3 wing beats. After that, you're flying so quiet you don't hear yourself flying, yet you still hear what the mouse is underneath the snow. So, Lucy has one thing she worries about in nature. You know what that is?
Humans.
Well, outside of us. We cause a lot of stuff. It has a big set of wings.
Vulture?
No. What was her last superpower?
Hearing.
No. Silent flight. She always comes from behind an animal in total silence. The thing that would come from behind her is another great horned owl in total silence. Think of wolves on the ground. Think of lions over in Africa. They do not share territory, ever. These birds are predatory animals. They don't want to share either, because if you share your territory, that reduces the risk of you catching food and having a family every year. All 3 birds you've met so far this morning, their eggs cracked open. All 3 birds were the size you see them today at 40 days of age. 2.5 months later, your parents look at you and go, by the way, you got a family secret. You're like, cool, what's the family secret? Get out. What? You're done. What? We have a new family every year. What? What happened to the last family? What? We don't talk about them anymore. It's like, oh my gosh. So great horned owls will literally be found anywhere from 60 to 100 kilometers away from where they were born. That's 40 to 60 miles. Just to live to be one. 80% don't make it to 1. 20% are still alive. Of the 20%, 5% will live to be 2. Very tough living in nature. Now my last question is, she okay with it? How much do you think the hawk weighs? I'll help you out. More than 10 pounds or less than 10 pounds?
Less than 10.
Less than 10. Less than 8.
Less than 8.
Less than 5. You're going to stay with less than 5? Okay. Hold your thought. How about the falcon? More than a pound or less than a pound? More than a pound? Now I'm going to ask the super dangerous question because we are asking a female great horned owl what her weight is. That's a no-no. So does anybody want to guess what Lucy weighs? Well, Morticia here, she's a quarter pounder without cheese. Get rid of the bun, all the sausage, throw a hamburger patty around. She weighs 112 grams. This guy weighs 1.5 pounds. Lucy weighs 2 3/4 pounds.
How much a female?
They're a lot lighter. 60% of their weight is feathers, all the bones, pec muscles, and skin. The rest is the internal organs. I'm going to be quiet. You can come up and visit with the team members here. I'm going to take Rudy. He's going to go sit out here on a post out. Enjoy your day.